This is Malala's Magic Pencil by Malala Yousafzai. Malala's Magic Pencil. Do you believe in magic? If I had a magic pencil, I would use it to put a lock on my door so my brothers couldn't bother me. Stop time so I could sleep an extra hour every morning. Erase the smell of the trash dump near my house. And I would use it to make other people happy. I would draw the most beautiful dresses in the world for my mother, the best buildings in the valley for my father, so he could open many schools where children would study for free. A proper ball so my brothers and I would no longer had to play with an old sock and stuffed with rubbish. Every night before I went to bed, I wished for a magic pencil of my own. And every morning I would wake up and check my cupboard, but the magic pencil was never there. One day, I was throwing away potato peels and eggshells in the dump. I was wrinkling my nose, swatting away the flies, and making sure I didn't step on anything dirty in my nice shoes when I saw a girl about my age sorting the trash into piles. Nearby, boys were fishing for metal scraps using magnets on strings. When my father returned home from work, I told him what I'd seen. It made him sad. "Abba," I said. "Yes, Johnny," he said back. I always liked it when he called me dear one. Why hadn't I seen that girl in my class? Because, he said, but he didn't finish right away. Because, Johnny, in our country, not everyone sends their daughters to school, and some children must work to support their family. Those boys will sell the metal scraps they find. If they went to school, their families would go hungry. School was my favorite place, but I had never considered myself lucky to be able to go. My father had always said, "Malala will live free as a bird." Now I wondered how free I'd truly be. That night, I thought about families who didn't have enough food and the girl who couldn't go to school. And even about how, when I was older, I would be expected to cook and clean for my brothers because where I came from, many girls weren't allowed to become what they dreamed of. I knew then that if I'd had a magic pencil, I would use it to draw a better world, a peaceful world. First, I would erase war, poverty, and hunger. Then I would draw girls and boys together as equals. Over the next few years, instead of wishing for a magic pencil every night, I worked hard in school every day. I wanted to be the one of the top students in my class. But soon, powerful and dangerous men declared that girls were forbidden from attending schools. They walked the streets of our city now. They carried weapons. One by one, girls stopped coming to the school. "Abba, where are all the students?" "They don't feel safe here anymore, Johnny." How could a few men stop all the girls in our valley from going to school? If more people knew what was happening to us, I thought they might help. Wishing wasn't enough. Someone needed to speak out. Why not me? I wrote about what it felt like to be scared to walk to school and how some of my friends had moved away because of the threat they faced in our city. I wrote about how much I loved school and how proud I was of my uniform. Once I started writing, I didn't stop. I wrote speeches and traveled around my country, sharing my story. I even talked to a reporter from the famous international newspaper. People actually wanted to learn about my life. I spoke for all the girls in my valley who couldn't speak for themselves. My voice became so powerful that dangerous men tried to silence me, but they failed. And now my voice is louder than ever. Louder because people have joined me. Together, we make a chorus, standing up for what we believe. We raise our voices for those in need. Help people in danger, even if they are an ocean away. Think of the whole world as a family. Do you believe in magic? I do. I wrote alone in my room, but people all over the world were reading my story. Millions now know it and help me spread my message of hope. I had at least found the magic I was looking for in my words and in my work. I am Malala. I've always wished I could make the world a more peaceful place. And every day I work to make my wish come true. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. The end. Now I'm gonna read the back because it's the little bit about the author. Okay, and it says, "Dear friend, as a child I used to watch a TV show called Shakalaka Boom Boom. It was about a boy named Sanju who could make anything real by drawing it with a magic pencil he found. Sanju and his friends were always getting into trouble, and the magic pencil would help them get out of it. But my early childhood was mostly trouble-free. I grew up in the beautiful Swat Valley of northwest Pakistan, the sister of 2 cheeky little brothers, and the only daughter of a resilient mother and an inspiring father who was a school principal. Trouble came to my valley when I was 10 years old. The girls were forbidden from going to school. At first I thought, what can I do? I am just a child. As I watched my father speak out for girls' education, I realized I had a voice too, and I wanted to use it. I believed then, as I believe now, that all children should have access to education. When we are young, we feel powerless. We rely on adults to do the serious work. However, when real danger threatened my right to go to school, I felt stronger than ever. And I found power in my voice. Once, I wished for Sanju's magic pencil. Now, I know that when you find your voice, every pencil can be magic. I hope that my story inspires you to find magic in your own life and to always speak up for what you believe in. Magic is everywhere in your world, in knowledge, in beauty, love, and peace. The magic is in you, in your words, and in your voice." All right, now I'm going to read about Malala. Malala Yousafzai came to public attention by writing for the BBC about her life under the Taliban using the pen name Gul Maki. The Taliban had forbidden girls in her region from going to school. Soon she began to speak publicly about girls' education in her community. In October 2012, Malala was targeted by the Taliban and attacked as she was returning home from school. She miraculously survived. Malala and her family now live in Birmingham, England, and she travels the world speaking about the importance of education for all. In 2013, she started the Malala Fund, which has since opened schools for girls in Pakistan, as well as Lebanon, Jordan, for Syrian refugees. Of the over 130 million girls who are out of school, many are refugees. In recognition of her courage and advocacy, Malala was honored with the National Youth Peace Prize in Pakistan in 2011 and won both the International Children's Peace Prize and the Amnesty International Ambassador of Conscience Award in 2013. In 2014, she became the youngest ever recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize, shared with the Indian children's activists. In 2017, Malala became the youngest ever UN messenger